While James Fuller Fixx did not invent running, he did write the book on it, and it did kill him. Fixx was an American athlete and author who wrote The Complete Book of Running. His book is widely credited as being what got the first generation of joggers moving during the fitness revolution. But ironically, when he was only 52 years old, he died of a heart attack while out jogging. If you ever need an argument for laziness, this may be it. Like James Fuller Fixx, who thought running was the key to youth and a long life, Alexander Bogdanov's life was ended by his own invention that was supposed to grant immortality. Bogdanov was a Russian physician who became obsessed with finding the secret of eternal youth, or at least partial rejuvenation. Starting in 1924, he began experimenting with blood transfusions as the means to immortality, and he used himself as his own guinea pig. After undergoing 11 transfusions, he claimed his eyesight had improved and his hair wasn't falling out as much. But in 1928, one of his blood transfusions killed him as he had unknowingly taken blood from a student suffering from malaria and tuberculosis. Unlike Fixx and Bogdanov, who were inventing ways to prolong life, PERILLOS of Athens was in the business of inventing ways to die, so he really should not have been shocked when things took an ironic turn for the worst. PERILLOS was a bronze worker in ancient Greece who invented a torturing device known as the brazen bull, by locking a man in its chamber and roasting him slowly by the fire underneath it. The idea was to execute criminals in the most agonizing way possible. He proudly proposed this torturous invention for punishment to PERILLOS, a tyrannical leader of Sicily. PERILLOS liked the concept so much, he wanted to see it tested on inventor PERILLOS himself. While he probably didn't expect to die in the belly of his own cruel beast, it somehow only seems fair. Killed by own invention was exactly what the headline of the 1903 edition of the New York Times was when William Nelson died testing his motorized bicycle, the predecessor to the motorcycle. The 24-year-old promising inventor was also an employee of General Electric. But while taking his motorized bike for a spin, he fell off while driving uphill and died instantly. The human dream to find a way to fly took years of failed attempts, and tragically, the French chemist Jean-Francois Pilatre de ROZIE was the first person to die while trying to fly. In 1783, he created the first hot air balloon known as a ROZIE balloon. This hybrid balloon had separate chambers for both non-heated and heated lifting gas. But in 1785, while attempting to cross the English Channel in it, the balloon suddenly deflated and crashed from over 1,500 feet, killing ROZIE and his companion. Perhaps one of the most famous flying failures is Franz Reichert, the Flying Tailor. He invented a wearable parachute that had very successful tests when it was being worn by the first crash test dummies. He petitioned to test his suit from the Eiffel Tower, and in 1912 was granted permission to do so. Probably feeling puffed up by all the publicity, Reichert felt a spur-of-the-moment decision to put himself in the suit rather than a dummy. He took the jump from the first platform of the Eiffel Tower, only his suit did not deploy this time. He crashed and died instantly, leaving a big dent in the ground below. The only goal he accomplished was getting lots of publicity. Newspapers sold many copies running pictures of the disaster, and newsreels everywhere played the footage of him plummeting to his death. Otto Lilienthal, or the Glider King, was another pioneer of aviation. The German inventor was the first person to make several well-documented, successful glider flights. He developed dozens of different types of gliders and carefully studied how birds flew to best design them. But in 1896, during a flight, his glider stalled and he broke his neck and died the next day. He surely felt no shame or sadness in dying in the pursuit of flight. His last words were, "Sacrifices must be made." While many inventors probably feel the way Lilienthal did, that sacrifices must be made and boldly risk their own lives, it may be the invention they least expect to be betrayed by that kills them. This was most likely the case for Thomas Midgley Jr. He was a highly decorated chemist who was best known for his work with no-knock, or leaded gasoline, and the greenhouse gas Freon. To prove leaded gasoline was a safe fuel, He once poured leaded gasoline all over his hands and sniffed from a flask of it for 60 seconds during a press conference. Based on this behavior, you'd probably assume that he died of lead poisoning, but you'd be wrong. While he did suffer from lead poisoning, it did not kill him. He became ill with polio in 1940 and it left him disabled. He used his inventing wiles to develop an elaborate string and pulley system to help him lift out of bed. Tragically, he died of strangulation when he got tangled in the ropes of his own assistance device. It is even more unfortunate when an inventor fails and takes others down with him. This was the case for Horace Lawson Hunley, who invented the submarine. His first prototype trapped 7 sailors underwater and killed them all. But Hunley did not let this tragedy sink his dreams. He went back to the drawing board and came up with a new and improved version in 1863, which he named the H.L. Hunley. He also decided he would be the skipper for its maiden voyage off of the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. But unfortunately for Hunley, the sub again failed to surface and again killed the crew, and this time, him as well. In 1984, the Czechoslovakian-born stuntman Karel Sosik designed a custom-built, shock-absorbent barrel that he planned to go over Niagara Falls in. He survived this stunt and was so proud of himself he wanted to erect a museum dedicated to him and his stunting equipment. To finance this museum, he concocted another stunt. He would drop the barrel with himself in it from the top of the Houston Astrodome into a tank of water 180 feet below during a thrill show. Even famous daredevil Evel Knievel tried to talk him out of it, but he went through with the stunt and as a result met his fate. The barrel hit the rim of the water tank, which crushed 37-year-old Susik's chest, abdomen, and skull. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out our other lists, and we will see you all next time.